Hi, everyone, and welcome to Investing in the Stock Market. This semester, I have two sections of the course, and so it's important to note right from the start who's who. We're going to have a morning session, so that would be the investing section, that's 1A, 2D, 3C. And then I'm going to call them AM, and then I'm going to call the afternoon section the PM section, which is the class that meets on 5D, 6C, 7B. That's just to help me differentiate. Everything you're going to be doing is the same, but you'll see that you're in two separate classes in my Google Classroom. So what you want to do is click in Google Classroom. This video is going to give you a layout explanation of Google Classroom and how I'm going to organize things, as well as your expectations for the course, and then hopefully a couple of tips on how to manage your email for all of your classes as we continue with our hybrid or distance learning experience. So the first thing is when you go into your Google Classroom, whether you're AM or PM, it's going to look the same. What you would want to do is not work in stream. I highly recommend that when you enter any Google Classroom, you're going to go to classwork. Here I have everything split up and organized into different topics. You can see that there's not much here yet, but as we move through the course, obviously, there's going to be a lot posted. I'm going to pretty much use Google Classroom exclusively to do pretty much everything that we need. First here, you see these are pinned at the top. These are your materials. These are things that we're going to be using often. Then you have an everyday. I'm going to leave this at the top. And every day when you come into class, whether you're at home or if you're in the classroom, you're going to open up the daily agenda, and in there should be what we're going to be working on for the day. Everyone's going to be doing the same thing, whether you're with me in the classroom or at home. So then you should also open up your questions, and this will be a daily sheet for you to ask questions as we move through the course. I'm not going to be able to manage the Zoom chat and the students in the classroom. So I think the best way to handle this is to just have a question doc. And so hopefully you'll all have it open. You can answer each other questions. And then if there's something on there that nobody's really getting, I can jump on and answer those questions as well. Your first assignment is going to be your introduction assignment. You can see here there's a video. That's me giving you a little introduction to myself. You're going to then click on the slideshow, insert a slide about yourself. Please make it fun and add pictures and things that you'd like to share with the class. Then you're going to install Screencastify on your Chromebook and do a short video about yourself. Your classmates will see your slide in the slideshow. They will not see the video. The video is just for Miss Richmond, so please make sure to turn on your webcam so I can get to see your face and hear your voice and get to know you a little bit better. Then you see most of our assignments will be split up between classwork and homework, and then there'll be another one added later on for projects in the stock market game. If you want to come up here to the class website, take a few minutes and just go through just the class expectations. You probably won't come on this site too often, but you have here the AM calendar and the PM calendar. They're going to be pretty similar. Some of the due dates might differ because I don't see you all on the same day, but you'll see that all of the assignments will be the same. These calendars match up with Google Classroom, so you don't need to come here. All the due dates will be in Google Classroom for you. Where did I go? Okay. Click on Guidelines for Success. This class, there's no workbook, there's no textbook. Everything we're going to do is going to be in Google Classroom or in your Drive. So what I want you to do is go into your Google Drive and just create a folder and call it Investing. That way, things that you create can all be located in one place. Homework, you'll have homework periodically throughout the course, probably once or twice a week on average. They're going to be weekly or biweekly current event assignments, and also things that you need to finish up that we didn't finish up in class. And just note, homework is usually given at least a week ahead of time, and so I do not accept late homework assignments. Classwork is just that, assignments that you're going to do in class, whether it be me checking the notes that you took for the day, or we went over something and I had you do a Google form, or I had you do an activity based on it. Anything you're completing for me, be prepared that it could be graded for a classwork grade. Assessments will be quizzes and tests at the end of each section or unit. And assessments might be case studies, they could be readings and questions, they could be applications. And before an assessment, they will be announced well ahead of time, and I will go over exactly what to expect for that particular assessment. The breakdown of your grade is 40% for classwork, 20% for projects, which will mainly be the stock market game when we get there, 30% for assessments, and 10% for homework. The stock market game begins October 5th, so we'll talk about that closer to that date. Absent, please, 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 please email me if you have any questions, or if you're going to be absent. If you know you're going to be absent ahead of time, or after you're absent, everything will be in Google Classroom. The daily agenda would be the first thing to check, but always check with me too, because if maybe there was 3 or 4 things on the agenda and maybe we got sidetracked and only did 2 of them, or maybe we got through those 3 or 4 really quickly and I added a 5th, you always want to double check with me to make sure that you didn't miss anything in addition to what's on that agenda. Extra help, I'll be available by appointment in the building, and then I will have office hours via Zoom in the afternoon, sometime between about 1:30 and 2:30. Exact dates and times will be posted in Google Classroom shortly. Miscellaneous. Always, if you're in the classroom with me, you have to wear your mask at all times for the duration of the period. So with that, there's no eating, drinking, or any of that in the lab, um, because your mask has to remain on. You are expected to be on time, especially with going from 56 to 40 minutes. We're going to be very limited in time, so we need to make the most of what we've got. Cell phones, in the past, I've used a caddy and been pretty strict about it, but this year, please just keep your cell phones in your bags on silent, on vibrate. And obviously, if there's an extenuating circumstance and you're expecting a phone call, please just mention it to me ahead of time, and I'll be doing the same with you if there's something that I might need to take a call for. But please be respectful. If I do see your cell phone, or you are on your phone texting or on the phone, I will take it away and it will go down to the office, no questions asked. I know we're in the lab, but because we cannot share equipment this year, you will be using your Chromebooks in the lab. So please make sure to have your Chromebook with you. The advantage of being in the lab is that each station has a outlet. So if you have your charger, feel free to charge your Chromebook for the duration of the class period if you would like. But you will not be using the desktops. They are unplugged and there are no keyboards. So if you don't have your Chromebook, then you're just going to have to do everything on paper that day. The last thing that I want to share with you is just some tips in Google Classroom as far as email is concerned. I think one of the things that overwhelms a lot of students is the amount of emails they get, especially from Google Classroom. So if you go into your Google Classroom and you scroll all the way down, there is a settings button. And in your settings, probably looks a little bit different than me, you have notifications. You should go through each one, read it carefully, and decide what you want a notification about or not. Just so you know, I turn my notifications off. I do not receive emails from Google Classroom. So if you put a private comment up on an assignment, or you submit an assignment late, I am not going to get a notification. The best way to tell me about these things is to email me. If you have a question about an assignment, I will leave private comments and I will be checking them. But if it's something that's urgent, then please email me because I won't be checking your documents every day to see if you left a private comment or not. So again, you go through your email notifications, decide what you want. You can turn them on and off per class, or you can come down to the bottom here. I believe you have the same options, and you can turn them on and off per class. Okay. Again, I turn mine off so I don't get notified. It doesn't clog up my email. That way, if I get an email from another teacher or guidance counselor, I can easily see it. And you should probably do the same. Minimize the amount of emails that you get from Google Classroom. Anyway, I hope this helped to give you a little introduction to the class. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me, and I look forward to seeing you. Thanks and good luck.